Welcome back, welcome back. So, I just kind of realized something about myself, and probably obviously see by the title, you know, favor of the Lord, and, or whatever I name it, I'm not sure yet, but now I understand why, or they say it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, or how people would just say things like that, you know? I don't know if it's the true meaning of what the reason other people say it, but I just realized, I mean, I kind of always seen it because you live it through it, but when it hits you and you become aware, I guess, I realized the favor of the Lord is a curse. Like, I've always had the favor of the Lord. And I'm not even sure what it even means. You know? Like, how to describe it. Because it's like not a feeling. It's, maybe it is. You know? But it's more of actions. You know? And you get the favor by being a good person. You know? And, what made me realize is it, because I'm watching reading, and I don't know if it's about me particularly, but it's just, just talking about how people hate on people or whatever and shit. And it dawned on to me as she's talking about it, because it made me think of an old event that happened in my life when I was a kid. A lot of different things. It just brings back all these memories. The way she explained it. I can't explain it the way she explained it. So that's what makes me, I ain't got time to do that. But it made me realize that, how long I've been favored, or, like, because this is not a cocky thing. Because I lose so many times to so many people, You don't get good at anything without fucking losing. Someone is always there before you, and they're good. They're doing things, So it's not like I never had to not like topple the best one in the things that I'm going to talk about. There's many other things I'm not great at. I can't draw. I can't fucking dance. The stereotype of every black person who got rhythm and can do any dance. Nigga, I can't dance. I do two steps and goofy shit. We all can't do everything, right? But the things that I do and love, ooh, thank you. I'm good at, cause I kind of figured out I like those things for a reason. What the fuck? You know what I mean? When you do things that you kind of really want to do, it's effortless because you like doing it. So if you have to train to be good at it and do it more, well, you like doing things, so it makes you just do it, because you actually like, it's like being with somebody you actually like. It's always good. Sometimes it's bad, but it's good because you actually want to be there. And you understand that nothing's perfect, and, it's weird. It's just, you like it for real. It's not just you picked it, you like it. It calls to you. And anyway, So I had this one flashback to when I was like probably 12 or 13. And I started learning how to play basketball. And I had to teach myself. And I don't know, I just seen it and I said, I like basketball. I want to do that now. I think it was Michael Jordan. I seen Jordan out there. Like before Jordan, you know that it was a big man sport to me, and I'm not a big man. You know what I mean? I'm tall, but I'm not tall enough. I'm a skinnier kind of guy, so, you know, I had a skinny build when I was younger. So to me, I was like, nah, that's not my thing. And then you see Mike out there, and you're like, oh, shit, this nigga is... Yo, did that little nigga just really dunk on that big ass 7-foot dude, that 6-foot dude? What the fuck is going on? Yo, look at those moves. Hey, yo, wait up. You could be small and that's your advantage because you're faster? And you could make these goofy big ass niggas get tired in the first quarter because they got to defend you and you running their ass around that court and they don't practice endurance. They only need strength and accuracy, you know what I mean? And then that one well-balanced dude comes through and says, well, I'm not as big as you, I'm not as strong as you, but I'm faster than you and I'm smarter than you. I play the game from the anatomy of the man's body, not the game. You see, men like Jordan and many other greats became great because they said, look at all of this, it's a stereotype. Everything has a weakness, you get it? So they seen that most big men don't have stamina. You're too big to have stamina. It's just the way it is. So if I'm at a certain level that you can't be at, well, I could take it to a new height you can't get to. Because you're too trained on the old way of things. And the new way's coming. Whether you like it or not. And, you know, so when I seen him, I just mimicked him. Started learning to, you know, put the ball between the legs and all of that dumb shit. And then I learned how to dribble. And, I mean, nowhere near as good as some of the people I played against. I was never better than the people I beat. But I beat them. Because, like I said, most people never understand endurance in any physical sport, anything in this realm. The thing that has the endurance wins all the time. You know? That I got power, knockout power. You have to hit me. I don't have to let you hit me. And once you start breathing hard, you're done. You got no more. You gassed out. It's over for you. It's just like basketball. You could do all that dunking shit and you can be good as you want. When it's my turn to get the ball after you score one time, I'm going to dance you up this fucking entire court. Purposely. You're going to have to defend. Because you get paid to defend me. And if you don't defend, well, I'll just score more. You know? And it doesn't matter. Once you get tired, it's oh, is that the rope-a-dope Muhammad Ali? Is that what that is? Yeah, it is. He has more power. He's dangerous in these areas, but you're just a big brute. You only go one way. You only do your shit one way. And that's not, no. This world is, this reality, when it comes to these things, can be done many ways. Now that it's not raining, so I was always a late bloomer at everything. I'm always a late bloomer. One, because, you know, I like things, so I do what I do for real, and I do it. Try to master it. And then two, you know, I don't know, it's just what it is. I don't know, I've accepted that about myself a long time ago, you know? You're the guy that just shows up late, or you get your glory later. because you activate later, because you have to study more. They have physical strength, or they have their advantages that there's nothing I can do about that. Nigga 7 foot with skills, because this is my era. Everybody wanted to be Jordan, so you got big centers learning how to shoot threes and shit. I had dudes that was playing center and better shooters than the shooting guard. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? The world started changing. So anyway, let's get back to this Lord's favorite thing. I just wanted to explain that, so when I name all these other things, you won't just sit there and be like, oh, he's named things, and these are the people are the haters. They don't see the training. They don't see I'm literally wielding your brain like a puppet. You're only losing because I command you to lose. You won't use your own mind. You won't think. You didn't train for nothing else. So when you go against a person that's not only going to do things different and use my advantages against your disadvantages, just like you're going to use your advantages, your strength, your tallness, your skill, you're going to use these things because that's real life, right? But when I don't worry about skills, sound the horns, when I don't worry about skills, and I only worry about you, the individual, and say, this is their weakness, period. Because, like what Mayweather say, I'm the realest boxer and the best because I study all my opponents. I watch all of their fights. So I know everything they do. Why do you think most people couldn't hit him? Because he literally would watch everything you would do. So he knows what you're gonna do. And then he's fast. How do you hit somebody that knows how every major thing that you may not even be paying attention to? It wasn't just, oh, he knows your combination. No, he's studying your shoulders, your eyes, the way you move, when you twitch. He studied those things. That's why when people would move, and before they could throw a punch, he already be punching them in their face. Because he knows exactly what you're going to do. Because you moved that certain way where you, in your footage, you did this move. Every time you did that twitch. Every time you get it? And so once he knows you're a robot and you only fight one way, you have a routine. You can't do it any other way because you trained that way. Now I'm going to use your skill and its weakness against you, and that's it. So I got my cousin. We're playing old school project basketball in a trash can. Couldn't go to the park. It was late. Or some shit. I don't know. That's what we do. So the trash can is right next to a mailbox. A line of mailboxes, right? So we're playing, and everything I just say, I do to him. He's bigger than me. He has more weight than me. And he's been playing basketball longer than me. You don't need me in the back of that. That'd be the funniest thing when you taking a picture, and people in the background, they right there. You're like, get the fuck out of the way. You know what I mean? I just walked right out of the way. Let me get out of the way. They take their nice picture. Anyway, so I abuse him because he did what turn around. Do your little, all of that, and I just was like, yeah, you gonna miss eventually. And when he messed up, I got the ball and just kept dribbling, then score, dribbling, shake your ass up over here, popping shit though. Like, yeah, well, what's going on? Oh, look at you now, look at you, And when you get in a nigga head like that, when you know how to talk certain things, when you know already they're tired and everybody watching is involved. See, most people don't understand why viewers are a big part of the arena. Because I can use the viewer to destroy my opponent. Because of the ego thing. See, I knew he could beat me. hands down. But I also know I'm faster than him, and I know he's playing into the crowd. You know, I'm better than James, and so that means I'm gonna make you go hard. You know, you know, and that wastes your energy. So when I'm dancing around and doing all this, I know I have more energy than he does. Because at the time, you know, I was not into smoking. I wasn't running the streets. So I used to fucking just off two. Nigga, your lungs is done. Yeah, I'm gonna gas you out so fast. Then you're with women all night and chilling and selling drugs, and you're not beating me, bro. You ain't got it. You think you got it because you're young, but you ain't got it. All the things you do slow you down. Get it? So I use those things, natural things, against him, and it worked. So as I'm winning, and he realizes he's tired and breathing heavy and looking stupid now, and I'm going for the last game-winning point. I'm running. He starts running with me. I step back, cross him up, make him look dumb, flying forward. He comes back, hit him with the fake crossover to a spin, to a crossover. Boom! Got him jumping all around. I got this nigga jumping around. He tries to go get the ball. I throw it between his legs, run past him, go up for the last little throw it in the trash can. As I'm running to the basket, this nigga pushes me behind in towards the mailboxes. If I didn't have quick reaction and be able to just put my arm up so I could have this permanent scar on my arm and literally see the bone and squirt blood everywhere and be sitting there like, oh shit, yo, what the fuck, my nigga? Damn, you really that mad? Really? You don't want to lose that bad? You lost anyway, though. It's over. You really showed you lost. Now I destroyed you in the game, but now you just showed everybody this ain't about the game, it's your ego. You just need to be better than little old James. You sound like it's the first time you lost a basketball game. Nah, it's just the first time you lost to a nigga that everybody knows don't play basketball and never sees play. And he's Kung Fu James, and he's day-to-day. And then niggas is like, wait up, how the fuck he get nice like that? He don't play basketball. He ain't out there with us. I'm out there by myself late at night. I'm out there after y'all leave and y'all chilling and shit. Want to go get high after y'all games. Then I go out there from watching yous. Like, ooh, that move is dope. I gotta learn how to do that. How you do that? Shit, I can't even dribble the ball yet. I had to put it between your legs and catch it. Whoa, I can't do that. Spin with the ball and hold it and oh, how the fuck, I'm gonna kill myself. You know how many times I fell down trying to learn how to do a spin move? You know how many times I damn near broke my own ankle for real, trying to do the Michael Jordan crossover to the fadeaway and then land on my fucking back. Oh shit, like that shit ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? But when you get these little moves down packed and you use your endurance, because you watched Jordan and you seen that Jordan wasn't just better than people, he was smarter than them, you know? And then now I grew up later on in life and then realized that Michael Jordan was the most Vegeta basketball player ever. He wasn't nice. There's no one else. You'll never hear a nice story about Michael Jordan on that court. He was a bully, trash talker, humiliator. At least 50% of the people that could have did good against him, they couldn't because he would destroy your ego during the game. He popped so much shit to you and say something like he was a master. They said with the words, say very little things, but when he did speak, it was felt. And then the manipulation and what was his greatest manipulation? I forgot what it was. He said something about he was sick or something. And Niggas thought he wasn't gonna have a good game. He came out and fucking broke a record. Like, Jordan was that dude, bro. It wasn't just skills, it was the mind. He understood the court. He understood how many steps it takes to move this way and that way. And he understood that when your body moves this way, it can no longer go this way. What's up, homie? And that's how he made so many people fall. It's not that they wasn't good. No, he understood, watching their movements and their defense, that they always stand with their legs open. So if I do this move and this move, he has to move in a certain way. And when I go past him, he's already moving. So there's no more movement except to back up. You can't pivot to the right or the left because you're already moving. Michael Jordan understood these things. And that's why you would see people back up and they'd be like, whoa, and then fly off their feet. Oh, that was... Have a nice day. And so when he would do this, and many other, Kobe Bryant was another person that grinded like that and talked about it all the time, and would explain to people, 90% of my skills come from practicing so much and watching my opponents, learning how they play, learning how to do things. And I think that's where a lot of men, you know, like, that's the favor of the Lord. It's not, he gives you skills and shit. No. You see real life. You see what it takes. And you're like, I'm going to do this and that to get it. I got to sacrifice. You know? Jordan couldn't be Jordan. Sound the horns. Jordan couldn't be Jordan without the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't. Kobe couldn't be Kobe without the sacrifice of actually putting all that time in to make all those shots. That's what it takes. You know what I mean? It's really cute to see. Then I was thinking about another time when I had my first, well, not my first, my best friends when you're older and not just young. You know what I mean? And we used to play games. And I remember this one game, that was the 2 games. What was it? WrestleMania 2000 for Nintendo 64, GoldenEye. Those 2 games revolutionized games, period. After that, those games came out, the 3D type of era. Like, Call of Duty is not really Call of Duty. Call of Duty is GoldenEye, James Bond. That's the first time majority of people, well, maybe it's not the first, but that's the game that made that style first-person shooter play popular in the gaming world on a large level. Anyway, so we used to play these things, right? And me being the poor guy, that means I don't get to get the Nintendo and the games, and I don't get everything first. I gotta wait. I gotta fucking, you know? So when you get everything last, that means everybody gets practice before you. And everybody knows how to play. They know how to do all the special moves, and they know all the buttons, and you get it? Your knowledge is why you can't beat them. You haven't had enough experience playing the game. So, you know, it used to be fun. Playing games used to be so fun, having those rivalries where people wouldn't be so mad. You know what I mean? And then, I don't know what the fuck happened to men, where now, everybody wants to compete, and then as soon as you lose, you're a sore loser. You're a hater right after. How you, like, get mad, you lose. Now you know your limit. You know what I mean? That's the whole, and then you get to go back and try again or some shit. I don't understand people. Me, I don't mind losing because you got to lose a bunch before you actually get your first win in practicing and learning the skills. That's you losing. You know what I mean? You're not good. So I don't know how people don't get over the fact of losses is what is going to, you're either going to choose to get stronger or do better or whatever it is, or you not, and you started the journey already, so how can you just give up now and say, how you going to turn into a hater? You should have been a hater. You shouldn't even do anything then. You know what I mean? But anyway, people do things. And then, like I always say about the way people always do the same things or play a certain way or live life a certain way, there's ways that other people see and they're like, nah, it'll work for me better if I do it like this. And I see this and that, right? So this is one of the first games where you can customize your wrestlers instead of just picking whoever's there, right? So they're picking the dopest moves and the fucking their characters, and we had a rule. See, we wanted to make our characters different. And no one can use the same moves as other people because there were so many different moves. Once you chose certain moves, no one else can pick that on their character. They were doing it so they would have the best moves. And then, little old third place me, got to pick last. Well, then I get whatever is left over, right? But, me being very smart and realizing, do you people even know what real good moves are? No, you're idiots, and you're gonna think whatever the wrestler does, those are the good moves. I'm gonna have the power bomb and the sharpshooter. I'm gonna have all the finisher moves for regular moves. That's what they did, right? Because it would be really damaging. So a man like me went reversed and said, I'm gonna have all the weakest moves, but all the fast jabs, kicks, all the little things where I can play like I'm Street Fighter now. You're gonna keep trying to grab like it's wrestling, but all I have is kicks and fucking uppercuts and fucking right crosses, but they're power moves. They're not little, no, you took the power grabs, I took the power uppercut that if I rock your ass with it, your guy stumbles back. And then, since you got all the other dope looking lariats and shit like that, well, I got one that fucking hit you, but it makes you go so slow to hit the floor. And I knew it because I practiced this game so much. And they would only play each other's, and they won't look for things. See, I figured out that the game had endurance in it. After a certain amount of time, you couldn't see the endurance bar, but everyone had an endurance bar. And if you took a certain amount of attacks, power slams, power hits, you would eventually, your endurance would be out, and then if you get hit with that power move, you'll be dazed, and your guy reacts slower, getting up, doing all different types of shit. So, like I said, when you want to jackknife powerbomb me, but I could reverse all those finisher moves, you can't reverse an uppercut. You can't reverse the straight jab that's a hard attack. You can't reverse you could block it. Some of them you could block or reverse, but you had to time it really fast. You know what I mean? And that's what would happen. Like I said, I understood the game, not the wrestling, And I seen that they didn't understand the game. They only understood, I got the best moves, and no, you don't. You're not going by what the game is really based off of. So as I'm hitting you with uppercuts, hard attacks, strikes, but they're like really fast attacks. Because you wanted all the slow, powerful moves that look cool. And I just wanted the point to get proven. So as, I'd start fucking literally having death body matches with these people. I went from not being able to beat anybody to literally fighting 3 people at once. We'd have Royal Rumble, 4-man Royal Rumble, right? And because I was the best, they'd always try to get me out first. And then one day I called them all out and said, yo, y'all be jumping me. And right as I'm about to win, one of you just always sucker punch me from behind. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go in this battle royale, but all 3 of you attack just me. Since you niggas want to get me out first, just attack. And then when I showed them my true skill, because when I fight one-on-one, I always held back all my little patterns and all these other little tricks I knew, and I would only use the bare minimum, once it got better. And then when that happened, and I said, now I'm gonna unleash full fury of all the skills and all the shit they don't know about. So I would literally just destroy these people, and then have dead body matches. Like their characters would get hit with a move and just drop to the floor. They's like, yo, I never seen that before. How did you're cheating? You're cheating. The poor kid that can't even afford the game. You found a way to put cheat codes in the game while we're all sitting here starting the game up together, and somehow you put cheat codes in right in front of my face, but I didn't see. No, you're just losing really bad. And I'm showing you that I'm 100 times better than you, and I've been toying with you. So, as that goes on, and they say it was luck, because I did have it a hardcore match, ladders, tables, and chairs, They were so used to just battling each other. And I would play the computer on Ultimate Hard, and you can't beat it because it does everything. So while you're training against, I was training against the computer at maximum, learning all the things that most people would never see because you're fighting regular people. As soon as they, it's just different. So I remember it was just so bad. It went from having from my best friends to me coming to the room. Yo, it's good. I got the, let's turn the game on. Everybody be like, nah, we gonna play. We won't play that no more. We won't play GoldenEye now. And I'm like, oh, I don't have GoldenEye. I don't care. Start up the process all over again. So, learn about gun gaming and how all that, like basketball tactics, you start realizing sports tactics or military tactics. So you start taking that shit from there. And your boys, they don't play sports really like that. So they don't know about how to think tactically like I explained already. So eventually it got worse because there's a thing called proximity mines. And it takes brain power to use them. You can place it anywhere, and when you go next to it, them being who they are, like anybody would, just throw it out, whatever. Me being who I am, because, when you're the last to know where everything is, and, you gotta deal with dying that way over and over. And then you start realizing, alright, let me go for that first while they go for the good guns, right? So it got so bad that not only would I be able to master the board and escape, I'd be able to see you over here, I got so good, I would never shoot anyone in their face. I would stalk people so bad. The boards were there's so many different ways to run in this and that. I'd make you chase me or whatever, and no matter how it ended, it always ended up with you looking for me and me behind you. Dudes get mad. You're looking at my map and all this other stuff, right? So then I devised a plan and learned that how you can constantly get more proximity mines. They always respawn. So then I got so good that I said, alright, I'm gonna show these niggas the newest trick. This is after months of playing, toying. Once you start getting good, you're like, you let people win every now and again, so they keep playing. Because you remember what happened last time you showed what you could do. You should no more playing that no more. And we like playing. So we let
You fight real hard, and then as soon as you're about to win, you're like, oh, I fucked up. Oh, and they won. And they're like, yeah, oh, yeah. I'm there. And you're like, yeah, you are. Damn, maybe next time. And then you play again, and you just destroy them real fast. And then you play it again with somebody else, and you destroy them. And then you play again against someone else, and you say, all right, now it's his turn to feel good. I'm going to let him win. And then he wins. He's like, ah! And the whole time you're sitting back looking at these niggas like, man, what if I want the throne back? I'm going to take it. I'm letting you have it. Because I want to keep playing. I don't mind losing. Every time I go in, I learn something new. I still get the fun. When I lose, I still had fun playing. I was in the game. Anyway, so I make it to where now you can't move. Within 1 minute exactly, it'd be 4 people hunting each other on the board. I would be able to move around the board so much and know exactly where you're going to respawn, where you're going to go. Because like I said, they just throw it on the floor, throw it on the wall. Me? No. I'm going to put it on the light fixture. I'm going to put it between the door. I'm going to put it where you can't see it. Because if you see it, you can shoot it. I knew the game and the map so much, and the only way you can go, you have to move. I knew I have so many spots that it got to the point. I remember I used to play, and it would be like chess. I'd put my controller down, and I'd be like, yo, everybody quit. It's game over. Dude, what the fuck you talking about? I'm like, yo, it's over. Like, what do you mean? I move. Go, move. Blow up. The other guy move. Blow up. The other guy move. Blow up. He come back to light. Blow up. Other guy come back to light, blow up. Other guy come back, blow up. Then go with another hallway, blow up. Run down this hallway. They're trying to get to each other, not me. I'm mined up somewhere else, and I'm just sitting there. Just like, yo, no matter where yous go, yous are gonna die. If you try to go after each other and not come at where I am, you're gonna die. If you come after me and try to get rid of me, you're gonna die. And there's so many set up that it's just enough amount that it is only a game of, I think, 10 to 15 kills. So, you know, when you have 30 mines out on the floor everywhere, and you're like, there's nowhere to go. It's chess, baby. This is checkmate. Game is over. While you do this, I'll be rolling this next blunt, smoking a cigarette. You know what it's like to smoke a cigarette and watch people lose in a video game that you're playing, but you're not playing? It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to know that you can really do things like this, you know? And that's where I think that Lord's favor thing comes in. And then the hatred that comes after it. Like, why you, he's blessed or something. No, I just believe the Lord when he said, Adam, you're going to work to the day you die. Nothing comes easy. No champion's going to be able to be champion forever if you figure out his weaknesses. Because all men and all things in this realm have weaknesses. And that's it. You know? And no matter how good you get, you're just a man. You can lose. So don't be so hung up on it. You won't be the first. And you won't be the last. I think that's where I developed loving the middle of everything. The beginning's dope, you know, you're interested in something or someone. The bubbles and roses of it, I love doing this thing now. The middle's the best, you know what I mean? Because once you get to the end, it's over. Once you're at the end of your journey, the end of your training, the end of whatever relationship, what are you going to think about? You're going to think about the middle. The ups and downs and how you got to where it is now. And you're like, oh shit, bro, we went through a lot. Yeah, because the middle is that's where it's at. Oh yeah, the moment, living, the actual living part, not the past and not the future. The only thing that matters is now. The most precious time in the world is right now. Every day. You know? Because you can learn what you need to learn. So you can make the moves you need to make. Anyway. So many other little stories like that where, I'm not going to get into it 40 minutes into this. But so many little things. I'm sure many other you people have stories like that. I've seen it all my life. Where you ain't perfect. You're not even damn near the best. You just understand how to win. That's it. And then people get real mad like he cheated or something. You know how many times I've got accused of cheating? Or how many times you can't do this? It can't be done. My favorite accomplishment in video games, because I don't play sports games, because I'm not really a sports player. Like, I like basketball, I like boxing and shit. I don't like football. I've played, but I ain't really with that shit. It's dope. You know what I mean? But never really played those type of things. So when you get into the gaming world, you don't even understand nothing. You're like, I don't know what a nickel play defense and dime defense. What the fuck is that? Nigga, nickel bag? These niggas selling nicks on the field? You get it? You're a fucking kid. You're like, oh no. So I've literally had people have to teach me what the fuck's going on and how to play the game. And when you literally have people complaining, this is the funniest thing I've ever made people complain about in a video game. 4th and 20, I'm gonna go for it. I never don't go for it. I don't care if it's 4th and 50, I'm going for it. And then, what do you know about, you can't do a 5-yard run, you can't do 1st and 10, but for some reason, you could do 4th and 20 easy. Every time it's 4th and 20, you scream, hey, hey, ah! And then you fucking throw a fucking Hail Mary, catch the ball, and get a touchdown. You're like, yeah, nigga, I told you, nigga. It's a wrap. And they be like, yo, that's illegal. You can't do that no more. Because in real life, they always punt the ball. So you have to punt the ball. I said, are we in real life or are we playing a video game? And they said, we're playing a video game, but this is what they do in real life. I said, I understand that. Now, can I do it in the video game? And can they go for it in real life? And they said, yeah. And I said, has anyone else ever done it and scored or whatever, you know, at the end of the game? Because I could have swore I seen plenty of guys 4th and fucking 50 and say, man, I don't give a fuck. It's the end of the game. It's tied. We're going to win or we're going to lose. And you niggas is pussy. You ain't got it in you. You ain't got it. This one play is going to be it. And I know I'm going to win. And he said, yeah, there's plenty of teams that did that. And I said, so why can't I? I'm that guy. You're the guy that has to punt it. Because you're afraid that you're behind your line. You know, you're past the 50 goal line. Deep in your own territory, and you're talking about going for it, that's logically stupid. But while they trained for offense and learned the offense, I seen as they was teaching me how to play, nobody taught defense because nobody knew how to fucking play defense. So what did I do? I went on YouTube and watched other niggas that learned how to play defense and really do things like strip the ball out of your hand, catch interceptions really good, fucking all these little things. How to get into the hole and use the right guy to shift and get into the line and sack. I had so many sacks on these motherfuckers. These niggas is, and I used to beat them not because of it'd be 7-3. 21, it'd be like real life games. games. Why? Because I just play defense hard as fuck on these dudes. And their defense was decent enough. And I'm taking 4th and 50. All of them didn't work. A lot of those got caught. But I'm throwing it so far down, it's in your territory anyway. Why do I care? If I would have punted the ball, you probably would have got it right there anyway. See, I understand averages in real life. Why wouldn't I try to get... You get it? And it was amazing to watch people try to restrict you from something that you can do in the game. And people do it in real life, but they tell you you can't do it. And you have to break this down to them like, but I can do it. That's why the games let me do it. Oh, you get so nervous. Because my confidence raised and I start doing the retarded dance and I'm, hey, yeah, your ass mine now. And I'm psyching you the fuck out. I'm beating your head. Yeah, it's gonna be easy, dog. You ain't got it. Knowing damn well I'm nervous as hell, like, oh, this nigga probably gonna intercept this shit, run it all the way back on me, but I don't give a fuck. It's a game. And it's a football game. I'm supposed to lose. If you lose, this is your forte. It hurts. Because you're not gonna play the fighting game and the shooting game. You're not coming over there and you're only a sports guy. You're not coming over there beating me ever. I'm gonna play with you. I'm gonna stalk you. Like a little pig. And you can get mad and you're gonna fucking stop playing. You're not gonna be able to make me stop playing your game. Cause it's mine now. You know what it's like to do that? It feels good. You know? Can't say I would do it to anybody. They weren't the best players. You know what I mean? I went up against people that were really good in my town. And there's always better people other places. But there's never been a person that I played that didn't take a fucking loss from me, though. I'm like, when you get on my thing, you know how many that can say, I can't beat him. I just can't. Yeah, you can. You have a weak mind. And all you remember is the last fight. You didn't learn nothing. You just remember how it felt to lose. And I'm gonna keep you there. Until you learn how to just realize you were the champ last week. Until I started pounding you all over the place, you was the man. Nigga, you better go back and get that inspiration of you used to know what you was doing. Oh yeah, how'd you get there? Oh, you learned how to play the game. And everyone else didn't know things. You wasn't good because you were really good. You were good because we were so bad. And now that somebody else is good, it's not you anymore. You gotta go to the next level. You can. You know? A lot of them did. And then I would never be able to beat them again. Shout out that, even though I don't fuck with you like that no more. Good looks for teaching me the little tricks of the trade. How to shift the line. All that different shit. You know what I mean? I remember when I had your boys struggling. In the college, I had niggas struggling against Florida State. Big Florida State, baby. Just wrecking niggas with them. What you know about winning with the Cowboys? Okay. I was a Cowboys fan since we've been losing, dog. What you know about coming in after the greatness? That greatness ends in your era. You know, you're a kid. Then you get older, and now all the trash talking. And all you can say is, you ain't got these 5, though. You know what I mean? That sucks. My Cowboys keep losing, bro. But in the game, when I'm using, it's just like the old days. All love, all praise to the Most High. Now,
I hope a lot of you didn't get mad over that. I'm sure a lot of you were like, this cocky motherfucker. There's a lot more other people doing exactly what I'm doing, and they're just not going to say it the way I'm saying it. I'm trying to give you a heads up on how to get better at things in life. You got to do the work. You want the Lord to favor you, and you want to have those miraculous comebacks. And the Lord is knowledge. The Lord is understanding what you're in and understanding man and seeing the patterns and saying, all right, well, you can't beat this because you're not God. You can't do everything. It's natural for you to lose to me now.